to welcome on our next presenter, who is the Learning System Specialist at Lely. He is responsible for connecting and educating Lely's global workforce with Kahoot. So please welcome to the Kahoot stage and to the Work Summit stage specifically, Marvin Cossee. So welcome in. Come on in, Marvin.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. It's great to be here. So let's give you all some time to scan the QR again and make you part of my presentation. See people already enrolling, so that's great. Numbers adding up. Thank you so much, you guys. $163, there we go. Looking good. Almost at 200. Maybe we can push it. 199, 200. Great. A little over 200 even. So thank you so much, Sean, and great to be here with you guys. As I mentioned before, and you guys already put in the Kahoot. Indeed, my name is Marvin. I am a learning system specialist at Lely, where I investigate how to make better use of our existing and trainings and educational opportunities. And I also help develop our learning management system and optimize and shape learning and development within Lely. So what if like the biggest barrier to innovation isn't technology, but disconnection? So at Lely, we believe that connection is the foundation of progress. And today I will show you how we're using learning and culture and tools like Kahoot to bridge gaps between our borders, rules, and generations. So Lely was founded with the aim to change traditions in agriculture and to make the lives of farmers a little bit easier, more enjoyable, and sustainable. And it all started for Lely in 1948 with the invention of the Acrobat finger wheel rake. And after this invention, many other great machines followed to help so that the farmer could pay more attention to other chores that need to be done on the farm. And we're a family-owned business. We're a family-owned company. Thank you. That was founded 2 generations ago by the uncle and the father of our current chairman of our supervisory board, Alexander van der Lely. From their farm here in Maasluis, they worked on innovations constantly to make the life of the farmer more enjoyable and more to optimize production. And as of today, Maasluis is still the home of our headquarters and board of directors. And we're also very proud of the facilities here of our building because our R&D is here located. Our manufacturing is located here, and this building is among the most sustainable buildings in Europe. Now, some quick figures here. Now, the turnover of Lely in 2023 was 888 million euros. And this was realized by approximately 2,500 of my colleagues. And only a few of them were based actually in Maasluis, and thereby 3,000 employees were based at our Lely centers. We have currently a number of 1,500 patents, and we invest in our R&D 8% of our product turnover. So at Lely, we have 2 sites where our robots are produced. One is in Pella in North America. One is here in Maasluis. And Our R&D departments are on three locations, one also here in the Netherlands, one in Prague in the Czech Republic, and we have a facility in Turkey, in Istanbul. Now, um, Lely is active in over 48 countries with products and our services. And to serve these countries, Lely has dedicated local offices. And those local offices are then supported by a total of 11 clusters. And all these countries and all these offices and clusters, they need some type of training. Now, like I mentioned earlier, after the invention of the finger wheel rake, innovation at Lely, it never stopped. In 1992, we invented the astronaut for robotic milking, which was huge in our in farming industry. And currently, we only have robots. Like, for example, we have now the A5 milking robot. We have a Uno. This robot provides clean feed for each individual cow. We have a Lely Vector MFR, which is a mixing and feeding robot. We have a Discovery that cleans the floor of the barns 24 hours a day. And so we have many more robots like this at Lely. Now, we can discuss if engagement during training sessions is lower than before. But at Lely, we have observed a shift in engagement during training sessions. Now, before we get into a little bit further, I first want to ask you and see if you know anything about cows. So I would like to ask you, how do you think, how many hours a day does a cow eat? How many hours per day do you think a cow eats? Wow, really fast answers there. Is it four? Is it 11, 9, or 12? What do you think? Looking good. Wow. Yeah, nine is the correct answer indeed. So a cow eats 9 hours every day. Maybe we'll do a little extra question. How much water do you think that a cow drinks on an average day? How many liters of water does a cow drink on an average day? Somewhere between 60 and 160. Okay. Well, the exact answer is 80. No. Yeah, there you go. It's actually it's between 100 and 120, depends, of course, but 110 liters a day per cow. Yeah. So let's do one quick more question. How many udders does a cow have? How many udders does a cow have? 12, 8, 1, or 4? Let me know. How many udders? Yeah, it was kind of a trick question because the cow has only one udder, and it has teats on the udder. So if you think that is a trick question, you're absolutely right. It only has one udder. Now, getting back to engagement, like, so we can discuss if it's more nowadays or it's lesser nowadays when people are engaging in trainings. But uh, we at Lady noticed really that there was a shift in engagement, and that's why we're continuously looking for new ways to capture and maintain the attention. We also believe that diversity and inclusion have a positive impact on creativity, quality of decision making, and long-term results. But generational and cultural differences, they also play a significant role in engagement levels. So, for instance, a young colleague of mine from the Netherlands might prefer a quick decision-based e-learning module with the minimal text, while a slightly older colleague from, let's say, for example, Asia, might show more engagement and focus on providing the accurate answers on that exact same e-learning module. Now, Kahoot really helps us at Lely to create more interactive sessions and engagements. So in 2019, we conducted a pilot at Lely using Kahoot in our training sessions. And what we did was, like, our technical service support and farm management support departments were looking for ways for more engagement, but also to implement blended learning during our training sessions. And now, to give you an idea, these colleagues that were doing these sessions were accustomed to working on the farm. So sitting in a classroom all day was kind of challenging for them. Now, after evaluating this pilot with Kahoot, we noticed a significant increase of enjoyment and involvement from these participants. Kahoot really helps us to bring more cultural and generational gaps within Lely, like the visuals that are used and the interactive learning. It's really appealing for many different cultures, and it doesn't matter which language or background people have at Lely. The language, I mean, we can the materials and the quizzes can be tailored so that we can target a specific group of colleagues if we would like, and that is also great. Also, the colors and the gamification elements, it all works, so we have more engagement during our training sessions. Now, we ever since integrating Kahoot, we've been using it for many different trainings. For example, our code of conduct, we use it for sales, we use it for maintenance, leadership, we use it for health and safety. So, and we've observed significant improvements from our employee engagement during these training sessions. And also we've seen a positive shift in the overall training atmosphere. Now, one standout result also was the feedback we received from participants that they feel more motivated and confident after doing a Kahoot-based e-learning or a Kahoot-based training. Now, I'll give you an example of, on this next slide here, you see our international onboarding training. Now, this is a Teams training actually with a very diverse group of colleagues from all over the globe. And the biggest challenge that we had to address is that we have a very diverse colleagues, and that very group also has varying learning needs. Now, we changed our traditional classroom sessions with the PowerPoints, and we made it into live interactive sessions. And it's really fun to see how competitive my colleagues get during this learning. And Kahoot really helps us to create better training materials also, because we use this as a feedback loop back to us. Now, to give you another example, this is our Speakers Academy. Now, this is a hybrid event. It is a live event on campus where we have a speaker, but also people working online. And we have used Kahoot in these sessions also to create more interaction between the people working online and the people who are actively in the campus on site following the presentation. Now, we've observed at Lely that not all colleagues are very enthusiastic about long annual training sessions, so they rather prefer learning through observation, imitation, or skills and attitudes. And this involves short, powerful sessions in small groups. And during these sessions, we empathize on observing with imitation skills and those attitudes. And Kahoot helps us make these sessions really interactive and exciting, of course. And trainers can share their knowledge and test also the knowledge of the participants during these sessions. Now, Kahoot really helps, and it responds perfectly for us at Lely to by offering us these short, powerful sessions. It's ideal, of course, for a younger generation. but it also gives the competitive element, and this ensures engagement between the younger colleagues and our older colleagues, and also some accessibility for those people who, like me, for example, who are a bit old school. So every generation gets interactive with this. So at Lely, we work to change the life of cows and farmers, and we create innovations for the dairy industry. Now, this involves high technology and digital intelligence. For example, one of our latest products is called the Lely Zeta. This is an invention, and it is a system that works with light, AI, and algorithms to report about the health of a cow to the farmer. That way, he doesn't have to be in the stall all the time. Now, by using Kahoot in our training sessions, we make it easier and more fun for our colleagues around the world to constantly stay up to date and informed about the latest changes and adaptations. Now, we are still facing some challenges, but we have to stay up to date in a world that changes very quickly and frequently, as you can imagine. We want to inform and train our colleagues, but we do not want to overwhelm them with too much information, and we want to maintain the enjoyment of frequent learning among our colleagues. Now, let's do one last question and see if you paid some attention during my uh, presentation. How is Lely using Kahoot to connect their global workforce?
And I think we would need to skip it, Marvin, because I think it triggered, but to field some
Oh,
Q&A as well.
okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah, but thank you so much. Now,
You're very welcome.
a question that we got from our forum here was wanting to ask you, did you find it difficult to switch from traditional training when you started implementing Kahoot and switching over to Kahoot?
Uh, well, at the beginning, it was a bit difficult, to be honest. The biggest hurdle we had to take was well, we had to adapt,
Yeah.
and of course, the diverse learning needs we have lately. Like I mentioned in my presentation, we have a workforce that spans over multiple generations, but also regions. And
Mhm.
so that's why it was a bit tricky at the beginning. But now, then everything is perfectly fine. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And then Maureen here was by the way, I wanted to tell you you spurred a whole chain of cow puns in our chat when you were sharing your insights there. But
Oh,
Maureen does share something about, the competitive nature and some feedback maybe that people have gotten, but I wanted to ask you, being boots on the ground, was there any sort of I don't know, anecdotes or yeah, like insights that your employees ended up sharing or your colleagues ended up sharing about incorporating to Kahoot, that maybe stood out to you that you might want to share with us?
well, there's not one that comes to mind like directly, but the overall, the enthusiasm of our colleagues, and the more interaction and the fun during
Yeah,
trainings, that was very important for us. That people enjoy being there, enjoy listening, having some fun along the way of learning something, and that's the big takeaway for us. Yeah.
absolutely. Well, thank you so much. And thank you, first of all, my cow knowledge has already
Yeah.
200%ed, but I think also you gave us a really interesting insight into what it looks like to really methodically and strategically start incorporating something like Kahoot into, the curriculum and what you end up deploying as your overall strategy. Happy to see how it boosted engagement across your entire company. And, with that being said, we'd love to once again thank you for everything, Marvin, and for sticking around and answering some of our audience's questions.